Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, testimony will resume this week in the trial of a woman accused of murdering her 3-year-old son.
Plus, people hit the road in Ellsworth to raise awareness about a rare and deadly disease.
And Brewer Police have a new way to keep people safe along the waterfront. We'll check out their new bike patrol on this morning's news. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Craig Holson.
Excuse me. I'm Emma Smith, and thank you for tuning in this morning. Let's get a first check of that forecast. Devin Biggs joins us now.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, let's get at it here. We have some frost advisories in effect till about 9 a.m. this morning. So, of course, not very good for some of the flowers that's still dealing with some of those frost issues as temperatures do continue to cool off. But overall this morning, we are looking pretty nice out there. Just a few passing clouds. There's a little bit of rain off toward the west. We do have a slight chance for a few rain showers that will be developing throughout the daytime today. This will all be moving from the west going toward the east. So as the day marches on, the clouds will begin to move in, and slight chances for a few sprinkles or rain showers cannot be ruled out as the day progresses on. Future cast for today, this will all be moving from the west going toward the east. Some sun possibly coming out later on, so this will not be an all-day event, and the sky will be clearing out tonight into the daytime tomorrow. Maybe a little bit of fog tomorrow morning. So moving forward, the winds won't be too bad. They'll be out of the west at about 5 miles per hour in a few areas. Generally out of the west, but they'll be shifting between the northwest and the southwest from time to time as well. So your forecast for today, lower 50s, mostly cloudy, a slight chance for a few rain showers, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Later on tonight, lower 30s, mostly clear, some areas of frost as well, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. In your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, not looking too bad. Temperatures starting off in the 30s, making it into the 50s as the day progresses on. Increasing clouds, slight chance for a few rain showers. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thanks, Devin. Authorities have determined a man's death in Lemoyne was a homicide. That announcement made Sunday from the Maine Department of Public Safety. Authorities say it was last Monday when the man's body was discovered in a home on Shore Road. A friend had stopped by that home, and that's when the man's body was discovered. Officials have not confirmed the man's name because the medical examiner's office was still working to confirm his identity. No arrests have been made in the case, and the state police continue to investigate.
Well, meanwhile, testimony will resume tomorrow in the trial of a mother accused of killing her 3-year-old son. Last week, forensic examiners confirmed a disturbing discovery, and for the first time, the jury heard voice recordings from Jessica Williams explaining what she believed caused her child's fatal injuries. A.J. Douglas has more.
Friday, the state called members from the Maine State Police Crime Lab to the stand. Their testimony confirmed bloodstains found on 3-year-old Maddox's clothing. Blood was found on the front and back of Maddox's T-shirt, dinosaur comforter, and rectum area of his shorts. A Maine State sex crimes kit reportedly came back negative for semen. Maine State Police Detective Corporal Ryan Brockway says police had to track Trefethen down in search of answers surrounding the child's death. Members of the jury listened to a more than 2-hour recording of the mother's initial interview with police. Trefethen claims the injuries Maddox suffered are a result of rough child's play among siblings and an attack from the family dog. At one point in the recorded interview, Trefethen states, "When Maddox came to me like that, suggesting the child already had bruising prior to coming to live with her full time." Defense attorney Caitlin Smith says she is still hopeful that the jury will find Trefethen innocent.
I don't think that there's been anything that shows that Jessica did any of this. Jessica's innocent, and as the evidence comes in, that will consistently show that.
Smith claims that the state did not attempt to identify any other possible causes for Maddox's injuries.
The state decided that it was Jessica pretty much the moment that Maddox entered that hospital and didn't do an investigation into anyone else or anything else.
Next week, the jury is expected to hear from the medical examiner who will detail the injuries that caused Maddox's untimely death. In Belfast, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
And all Maine courts are closed today because of the holiday. Testimony will resume tomorrow when the court reopens in Belfast.
Maine State Police confirm a man who escaped from police custody has now been found. Brett Doan of Lincoln fled from police Saturday. Police say Doan was cooperative with police initially, but while being questioned, he fled while cuffed. Doan is wanted for multiple burglary and thefts. Police thank the public for all assistance.
Well, on Saturday morning around 6 a.m., residents of 1208 Port Road reported a fire on the second level of their home. Machias Port Fire Chief Dave Nielsen says all residents evacuated the home without any injuries. According to Nielsen, the home is not currently livable due to the substantial smoke and water damage. A total of 7 people were living at that residence and reported that there were several explosions that occurred. Nielsen said electrical problems could possibly have sparked that fire. However, the Maine State Fire Marshal's office is currently investigating the cause. Nielsen added the 7 residents of the home are now in touch with relatives and the Red Cross to accommodate temporary housing.
Mainers are raising awareness of a rare disease that reportedly affects tens of thousands of Americans. Devin Dagnall has the story.
It's not easy. It's not easy for the victim going through it, and it's not easy for the family to watch.
The Maine affiliate for the Huntington's Disease Society of Americas hosted the Team Hope Walk at Ellsworth High School. According to Nancy Patterson, the Maine affiliate chair for HDSA, the event was to raise funds for the HDSA programs and to raise awareness about the fatal genetic disease.
The Huntington's Disease Society of America is there for support, for education. There are a lot of publications and webinars for physicians and anyone who's involved in the care of a person who has Huntington's disease.
According to the HDSA, it is approximated that 41,000 people in the United States have Huntington's disease, and even more family members are affected by it. Lori Wilcox, who describes herself as the voice of her brother DJ who is fighting the disease, says it's like Alzheimer's, MS, ALS, and Parkinson's all wrapped into one.
It's like you're just watching him deteriorate and you can't stop it. You can't help him. There's nothing we can do. That's why it's very important to do the walk, to do the walk for hope, to donate what you can, even donating your time.
Lisa Ashford, a woman who has been diagnosed with Huntington's disease, says one of the best things people can do is show their support by educating themselves and attending events like the Hope Walk.
It's awesome to see this many people. And I was actually able to have a best friend and my son and his wife here today with us. But seeing everybody turn out it's fabulous.
To learn more about Huntington's disease or any fundraisers in your area, visit hdsa.org. In Ellsworth, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
Well, the time now is 6:08. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a bike and car show, a tattoo contest, and more. And it's all to raise money for local veterans.
But first, let's take another look at that forecast. Mostly sun in the sky today, a beautiful day in store. Highs of around 52 degrees, dropping down to 33 tonight. Clear in the sky. Tomorrow, a little bit warmer than today, mostly sun, high of 60.
You can always tell where Bruce Poliquin's been, hanging around Washington politicians and the special interests that fund their campaigns, like big oil and drug and insurance companies. Poliquin leaves a bit of Washington everywhere because he's covered in it, supporting special tax breaks for big corporations and more government spending. No matter where you see Bruce Poliquin, you know he's always heading back to the swamp. House Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
When Marilyn Monroe Spas wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Life is your red carpet. Walk it like a Hollywood star with a visit to Marilyn Monroe Spas. Our hair, nail, massage, and skincare services will leave you feeling legendary.
When Natural Living Center wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Natural Living Center offers natural groceries, organic produce, the largest selection of supplements in the area, gluten-free products, and more for your health.
What do you think? Double or nothing?
Go home. Let's go.
You bet your life.
You got it. You doubled your money. There you go.
Weekdays at 10 on ABC7.
You offered her a room in your home.
They were drinking and partying and burning my furniture.
Is that accurate?
No, sir. It was no, ma'am. I didn't burn no furniture. I burnt their attendants' clothes.
How do you sleep at night?
Hot Bench. Monday at 3 on ABC 7.
Welcome back, everyone. A local veterans group and tattoo shop have partnered once again to raise funds for Maine veterans. The annual fundraiser, previously known as the Veterans Benefit Tattoo Contest, has now been renamed the Ed Sheffer Ink and Iron Fest in honor of the late Ed Sheffer. Sheffer was the owner of Diversified Ink in Bangor and one of the founders of the original fundraiser. The event consisted of a tattoo contest and a car show that was free for vets, just $10 for the public. And all the proceeds raised will go to the Maine Veterans Project, an organization focused on veteran wellness and suicide prevention. Doc Goodwin, president and janitor of the Maine Veterans Project, says that since starting the fundraiser, it has become much more than a tattoo contest and car show.
At the very first event, we noticed that some dialogue was being shared. So this event quickly morphed into not just a fundraiser, but a wonderful social event that helps veterans get out and talk about some of the most traumatic aspects of their lives.
And if you would like to donate to the Maine Veterans Project, you can send a check donation to 207 Parkview Avenue in Bangor, or you can go online at mainveteransproject.org.
A local hospital has received a new addition to help better serve its community. The hospital added a new ambulance to their fleet with the help of a grant from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. According to Regional EMS Operations Manager Chuck McMahon, the truck will make a fine addition to the fleet that is responsible for serving Maine's second largest county.
We have had a really critical need for new trucks. Both because of the volume that we're doing with transports has been increasing, but also our aging fleet and just inability to fund new trucks.
According to McMahon, the truck has been fitted with all the gear necessary to ensure the safety and comfort of all the patients transported in it. Along with funding for the new ambulance, the hospital also received funding for a new power stretcher. McMahon says the new power stretcher will be one of the most useful tools the team will have at their disposal and will make loading and unloading patients much easier.
I mean, it's imperative that they have the equipment that they need. You know, they go into difficult situations, they go to trauma situations, and they need to have everything that they possibly can for technology and the best equipment we can give them so that they can do their jobs well and help people.
The president of Northern Light Mayo Hospital says that it would not have been possible to secure funding for the ambulance without the help of the USDA, and she is grateful that she received it.
Well, the time is now 6:13. Coming up, a woman's right to an abortion was the theme for the Women's March in Washington over the weekend. We'll hear from the protesters.
Plus, it was a chance to check out some amazing vehicles from our past. We'll take you to the big show in Seal Cove as Good Morning Maine continues.
Seniors know a scam when they see one, like Bruce Poliquin.
My heart is breaking for our seniors in Maine.
He says he'll help Maine seniors. But the last time Poliquin was in Congress, he voted to cut $500 billion from Medicare. And he supports raising the retirement age for Social Security. Maine seniors can trust Jared Golden. Jared stood up to both parties to protect Social Security and Medicare.
I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message because Maine seniors earned their retirement.
Wait, what? Look who's coming live this week to America's favorite morning show. Gina Davis, Elizabeth Moss, Tracy Ellis Ross, John Stamos, and the one, the only, Dwayne Johnson live.
That's right.
All on ABC's Good Morning America.
If you were hurt because of exposure to the toxic water at Camp Lejeune, Congress has made it possible for you to recover a settlement. Former Marine attorney James Beardsley wants to help you.
Call now to see if you qualify. Call 222-2222.
Join us every Friday this season as we celebrate the return to the gridiron with the most highlights, reaction, and analysis of your favorite teams. Catch Sports Blitz Friday at 11 on ABC 7. Sports Blitz brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 29 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. And by Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A Holden, where you'll find furniture that's in stock and ready for delivery.
Welcome back, everyone. The Brewer Police Department recently introduced a new unit to help keep the Riverwalk crime-free and to improve relations with citizens. Matthew Jurancic has more.
Take a stroll on Brewer's Riverwalk and you may stumble across Brewer police officers riding up and down the path. Adding bikes to their daily patrol, for Officer Brandon Curtis and Sergeant Zachary Karen, the idea is to be visible and keep the area safe.
We have a beautiful waterfront here in Brewer, something we're really proud of, and we're always looking at better ways to patrol it and keep it safe for the citizens and keep the shenanigans down here at a very minimum.
There are 4 officers that are part of the mountain bike force with hopes of expanding the unit in the future.
If we had a certain problem area where we could implement the bicycles, we would absolutely use these it's a very useful tool. So we would absolutely implement these whenever needed.
And as you can see, the Riverwalk is starting to become a little busy. And even though this is a brand new program, residents say they feel safe.
Here we feel very, very safe. It's just, I could walk here by myself. I do not worry about it. But in times past, it wasn't always that way. So this is great. We applaud it.
And while this spot is a heavily traveled area, VZ resident Ann Smith says she appreciates the effort the police department is putting into keeping the area safe.
It's always important that patrons feel safe in walking, and there's a lot of elderly, there's a lot of young people that walk here, a lot of programs for the disabled come in and use this space, and I think it's crucial that they feel comfortable, safe. Well, thank you, first of all. I mean, I appreciate that they have the manpower to do it. Even just a sporadic monitoring and patrolling makes a huge difference in any kind of public walkway.
Matthew Jurancic, ABC7 and Fox 22.
Saturday, the Seal Cove Auto Museum hosted its 9th and final Cars and Coffee 2022 event. The museum showcases specialty automobiles ranging from 1885 to 1920. And while hosting events that bring visitors from around the country, Executive Director Ethan Yankura says the event gives car enthusiasts of all ages the opportunity to come together. The brass-era cars featured in the museum oftentimes reflect powerful pieces of American history.
One of the biggest things that we have to our advantage is our changing exhibitions. Currently, we have our featured exhibition, Engines of Change, which is an exploration of the role that motorized transportation played in helping women earn the right to vote.
Yankura says new and engaging perspectives are conveyed through the museum exhibits. The Seal Cove Auto Museum will remain open from 10 to 5 daily until October 31st.
Pretty neat.
I know. Cars from, 1885.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a car that old.
Yeah, I've heard of that place for a long time. I haven't been down there yet, but I've got to get down there and check it. I love old cars.
You have until Halloween.
Okay.
There you go. Well, the time is now 6:18.
All right, let's get a full look at our forecast once again. Not a bad day ahead today. Here's meteorologist Devin Biggs with all the latest.
Good morning, Devin.
Thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Frost advisories are in effect this morning. This will last until about 9 a.m. or so for the counties highlighted here in blue. Of course, temperatures are pretty cool out there this morning. Not good for some of the vegetation that's still growing out there. But as we do move forward, though, not much clouds to start things off. But that's going to be changing. We do have some more rain showers off toward the west. So as you do move forward, though, we will have to watch out for a few rain showers that will be developing along this front throughout the daytime today. High pressure farther down toward the south. But this will be our game for today, as we'll be watching for a few rain showers that will be developing. Just a slight chance, though. Most of us should stay dry. Just those clouds that'll begin to move in. Wave heights overall not too bad at around 1 to 5 feet, according to some of the buoys out there. No advisories along our neck of the woods. Is everything looking pretty low at this point, though? Our average high is now 61 degrees. We'll be only in the lower 50s today, so just a little bit cooler, but warming up as the day marches on, then even some lower 60s later on as we head into the weekend. So temperatures will be rebounding once we get past today. Alrighty, your fall foliage. Things looking pretty nice out there, though. We'll get a new update on this chart later on this week. But Millinock and Bangor seeing some good fall foliage. Ellsworth is progressing, and Greenville really at peak. So definitely get outside and enjoy that fall foliage before all the leaves begin to blow away. And we're just about at that peak time frame, though. About early to mid-October is when we usually see the leaves over in their peak category. So we're getting pretty close to that. Get outside and really enjoy the fall foliage. Future counts for today, though, increasing clouds, slight chance for a few rain showers. The clouds will be breaking up later on this afternoon. Into the evening time frame will be mostly clear later on tonight. Maybe some fog trying to develop in a few areas, though. Temperatures a little bit cool as well. But by tomorrow, not too bad out there with a lot of sunshine that will be coming out. So definitely get outside and definitely enjoy the nice weather. Today is also Indigenous Peoples Day, and there's a slight chance for a few rain showers today. Wind overall not too bad with temperatures that will be making it into the lower 50s. Moving ahead towards tonight, though, lower 30s, mostly clear areas of frost again with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Moving ahead towards tomorrow, lower 60s, mostly sunny. That west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast sunshine Tuesday, highs in the low 60s, middle 60s on Wednesday with a partly cloudy sky, more clouds for your Thursday. Then rain moves in by Friday, temperatures in the low 60s.
The Singer Estate Collection is the country's largest traveling estate event. Designs by Aaron brings this exclusive collection to you on October 20th. A variety of jewelry dating from the late 1800s to present will be available for purchase. All jewelry is fashioned in gold or platinum and sparkling with precious gemstones. Swing into downtown Bangor and visit Designs by Aaron on October 20th and find yourself a piece of history.
Trilogy for COPD.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on.
If you've been playing down your COPD,
It's a new dawn, it's a new day.
it's time to make a stand. Start a new day with Trilogy.
And I'm feeling good.
No once-daily COPD medicine has the power to treat COPD in as many ways as Trilogy. With 3 medicines in 1 inhaler, Trilogy helps people breathe easier and improves lung function. It also helps prevent future flare-ups. Trilogy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trilogy more than prescribed. Trilogy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Take a stand and start a new day with Trilogy. Ask your doctor about once daily Trilogy and save at Trilogy.com.
Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor is the best and only spot you should go to for your rug cleanings. Serving Maine for more than 70 years, we care about your rugs. Clean rugs last longer, and our family takes pride in being the professionals that you can trust. Our cleaning process consists of soaking your rug in a bath, shampooing, rinsing, and drying in a humidity-controlled dry room, making sure no detail is overlooked. Need a repair? We fully service every type of rug for you. Saliba's Rug Cleaners.
We care about your rugs.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Reaction is mixed over President Biden's decision to pardon thousands of Americans convicted of simple possession of marijuana. Evelyn LaChapelle, a former inmate turned cannabis activist and entrepreneur in California, was convicted of conspiracy to sell marijuana, money laundering, and tax evasion. She says the pardon gives the illusion that the problem is solved. She says it didn't go far enough to correct the real problem. LaChapelle says she hopes the presidential pardons are the first step in the eventual decriminalization of marijuana at the federal level.
The Biden administration sent CIA Deputy Director David Cohen to the Qatari capital of Doha on Saturday to meet Taliban's head of intelligence. It's the White House's first in-person meeting with the Afghan leadership since a U.S. military strike killed the leader of al-Qaeda in July. Fox News correspondent Alexandria Hoff has that story.
Included in this face-to-face summit, Abdul Haq Wazik. He is the head of intelligence for the Taliban. On the U.S. side, CIA Deputy Director David Cohen, along with State Department negotiator Tom West. This ends the nearly 3-month-long halt in communication between high-level U.S. officials and the current rulers of Afghanistan. The U.S. cut those lines after learning that the country had been harboring al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri. This was a blatant violation of the Doha Agreement, under which the Taliban vowed not to harbor terrorists if the U.S. withdrew troops. Al-Zawahiri is known as the architect behind 9/11. On July 31st of this year, the U.S. launched Hellfire missiles at al-Zawahiri's Kabul apartment, successfully killing the terrorist. Today on Fox News Sunday, former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo weighed in on the renewed dialogue with the Taliban and U.S. officials.
Goodness, I have no idea how that conversation went, other than I hope what they did was make clear to the Taliban that the behavior that they've engaged in violates the commitments that they've made and that there will be real costs.
Without official comment from the CIA or State Department as of yet, the precise intention of the meeting is unclear, aside that it falls likely in the realm of counterterrorism. The Taliban has been struggling in their quest to legitimize their militant control of Afghanistan, and that includes being ill-equipped to prevent rising violence at the hands of al-Qaeda offshoot ISIS-K. Late last month, dozens were killed and more injured when a suicide bomber carried out an attack on an educational center in Kabul. In Washington, Alexandria Hoff, Fox News.
Demonstrators in the Women's March making their voices heard over the weekend, exactly 1 month before the November midterm elections, pushing to put the abortion debate at the front of voters' minds when they head to the polls. Alexandria Hoff has the story from Washington.
Pro-choice demonstrations Saturday in the nation's capital and across the country supporting abortion rights. Organizers call it a weekend of action, hoping to make the issue a deciding factor in the midterms.
This election is about a women's wave. This November, our rights, our benefits, our freedoms are on the ballot.
Protesters, galvanized by the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade in June, said the election is crucial to protecting abortion access.
We need abortion without restrictions. We need protection for abortion without punishment. We need abortion without criminalization. We need it. We must have it.
In states like Pennsylvania and Michigan, Democratic governors have blocked anti-abortion legislation proposed by Republican legislatures. Activists say those laws would put women's health at risk.
Abortion care is health care. We must abolish all their made-up laws that were created to cause hurt and harm.
Lindsey Graham leads a group of Republican senators who want to see legislation enacted at the federal level that would ban abortion nationwide after 15 weeks, a policy he claims to be in line with what most Americans support.
There's a narrative forming in America that the Republican Party and the pro-life movement is on the run. No. We're going nowhere. We welcome the debate.
President Biden has vowed to codify Roe into law if Democrats pick up at least 2 more seats in the Senate. In Washington, Alexandria Hoff, Fox News.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll hear from a special guest who will tell us what the local Job Corps program has to offer.
And a look back at a busy weekend in the world of sports. Those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news. And Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
I have a great job. I get up early, head on out, and I get to work. I install solar panels. They power our homes and give me a great paycheck. When Paul LePage was governor, he opposed projects like this, putting Maine last for solar jobs in New England. He even said that climate change wasn't a threat to Maine. Look, we need more of these jobs, and that won't happen if we go back to Paul LePage.
The top funder of Better Maine is the Democratic Governors Association.
The better way to a better window. Renewal by Anderson.
Hi everyone, it's Troy Pearl. Prices are going up on everything, but we can help bring your energy costs down. All this month, when you buy 4 of our energy-saving windows, we'll give you a 5th for free, plus an additional $150 off your entire project. For a free in-home consultation, visit rbagreatermaine.com.
The better way to a better window. Renewal by Anderson.
I'm gonna miss you.
At Prudential, we can't tell you when your kids will finally go out on their own. But we can at least make sure that when they do, you're ready. That's why millions rely on us for the rock-solid strength that helps you plan for and achieve your retirement dreams. Whichever road you take, who's your rock?
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news. And Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Today is Monday, October 10th, 2022. We'll have a full check of that forecast in just a moment. Today is Indigenous Peoples Day in Maine, marking the 4th anniversary of when the holiday was changed statewide from Columbus Day, with Maine currently being one of 14 U.S. states making the change away from Columbus Day.
Today is also World Mental Health Day and International Day for Respect for Cultural Diversity. On this day in history, Wayne Gretzky made his NHL debut.
And birthdays today include Dale Earnhardt Jr., David Lee Roth, and Thelonious Monk.
And now before we go, she just told me she didn't know who David Lee Roth was. Oh my
You
goodness.
called me out.
Goodness, I'm calling you out.
I know who Van Halen is, and I
Well,
like
that's
Van
a good
Halen.
thing. That's a
And
good
I knew
thing.
who Sammy Hagar is. But then, okay, the wheels are turning.
I'm suddenly feeling really old here, but that's okay. We're going to be cranking up some David Lee Roth here, some
Okay.
Van Halen. And
That
before we
sounds
go on the
good.
show
That's
tomorrow.
good for our Monday morning.
All right. Now we get a full check of our Monday forecast. Here's Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, let's get at it here. We have some frost advisories in effect till about 9 a.m. this morning. So, of course, not very good for some of the flowers that's still dealing with some of those frost issues as temperatures do continue to cool off. But overall this morning, we are looking pretty nice out there. Just a few passing clouds. There's a little bit of rain off toward the west. We do have a slight chance for a few rain showers that will be developing throughout the daytime today. Those will all be moving from the west going toward the east. So as the day marches on, the clouds will begin to move in, and slight chances for a few sprinkles or rain showers cannot be ruled out as the day progresses on. Futurecast for today, this will all be moving from the west going toward the east. Some sun possibly coming out later on, so this will not be an all-day event, and the sky will be clearing out tonight into the daytime tomorrow, maybe a little bit of fog tomorrow morning. So moving forward, the winds won't be too bad. They'll be out of the west at about 5 miles per hour in a few areas. Generally out of the west, but they'll be shifting between the northwest and the southwest from time to time as well. So your forecast for today, lower 50s, mostly cloudy, a slight chance for a few rain showers, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Later on tonight, lower 30s, mostly clear, some areas of frost as well, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. And your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, not looking too bad. Temperatures starting off in the 30s, making it into the 50s as the day progresses on. Increasing clouds, slight chance for a few rain showers. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thanks, Devin. And now we'll throw it over to Tyler Cruz for a look at our local sports.
Friday was a busy night around the state for some high school football. Probably our last one out there without a hat and gloves, but I'm no weatherman. I am just the sports guy who's about to run through 4 games in about 2 minutes. Let's go. We are going to start with Falmouth and Brewer up for Brewer homecoming. Second quarter here. Navigators down to score. This one is going to be Indy Backman taking it through his tackles for a 73-yard run. Huffing and puffing down the sideline. Give this man an oxygen tank after that one. Falmouth goes on to win 30-7, the final score. Let's move on now. Old Town taking on Madison, Carabec Valley, that co-op. Old Town looking for their first win. Jordan Kraft from the goal line. He's going to give it to Jordan Cody, who waltzes in for the score. Old Town up big already. Madison would come back a little bit, but Kraft is going to find Devon Alston. Takes a hit like a champ in the end zone. Comes up with the ball. Old Town gets win number 1. 42-30 is the final score in that one. Great win for those Coyotes. Been grinding out all season. Let's move over to Bucksport now. They're hosting Mount View. First year as an 8-man team for the Golden Bucks. Here's Cameron Weber. He's going to take the handoff, patiently follow his blockers down the field, as patient as he can be for a 44-yard score. Bucksport wins big in this one. Look at the celebration. They're all happy. 70-26 win for the Bucks. Staying with 8-man now, and we're just going to move up to Orono. Red Riots hosting the St. John Valley Mustangs. St. John, first year as a program, taking on the Red Riots. The opening kickoff here, and it's Pierce Walston, the basketball player. We know him from the court. On the opening kickoff, weaving his way through and in for 6. And then later on, it would be Jack Brewer from the gun on the goal line, firing it in for the score. Orono wins this one 63-6. Big win for the Riots there. All right, let's go down to Boston now, and we are going to pick things up with the Red Sox. They officially wrapped up their season this week, and as tradition, the front office gathered for an end-of-year presser on Thursday. The Sox officially finished last in the AL East, 21 games out of first and under 500, 78-84, the final record. So by Boston standards, right, that's not very good at all. President and CEO of the team, Sam Kennedy, he faced reporters after the season, and he accepted responsibility for the season while stating the obvious. They expect better.
Each and every year, our goal is to play baseball in October, and that's on us. That's on the group that you're looking at right here. We're responsible for putting a team on the field that's built to compete into October and win a World Series championship. We obviously fell way short of that.
Now that the season is all wrapped, there are a few major storylines to pay attention to this offseason. What's going on with Chris Sale? How are the Sox going to rebound? And what's going to happen with their key players, Rafael Devers, JD Martinez, and Xander Bogaerts right here. He had a grand slam the other night, especially Bogaerts. He is set to enter free agency this offseason, and Chaim Bloom says those conversations of keeping Xander in Boston going to start right away.
What I can say is this, that process is going to start right away from our end. And obviously, we know we haven't found that path yet. We still want to. We're going to work really hard at it.
All right, so some big questions ahead for the Sox heading into the winter months. Hopefully we get some answers in due time, of course. Let's move on now. Back up to Orono. Maine Field Hockey looking for their 7th straight victory on Friday afternoon. Mia Borley and the Black Bears, they're hosting the University of California Bears. It's an America East matchup, a rematch of the semifinals last fall, and Maine wasted no time getting into it. Chloe Walton, she gets a shot off. It's blocked, but Teresa Holubkova is there. She sends it back to Walton. 1-0 Maine. Tied up now, it's Kiki De Bruges. She would fire this one past the diving Borley, and Cal would take a 2-1 lead. We're still in the first. Maine with a penalty shot. Poppy Lambert taking it, and Poppy Lambert making it. This one was a nail-biter. Lambert would have 2 goals. Walton would have 2 goals, including the game winner. 4-3 is the final. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We will be right back after the break.
Feel the difference of alpaca apparel from the Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store in Belfast. Stop by their ranch location to interact with these amazing animals and enjoy the beautiful Maine outdoors with your very own alpaca walk. Shop in-store or online today and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. With their incredible selection of socks, sweaters, hats, and more, experience the unique qualities that alpaca fiber brings with the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Harvested in the backwoods of Maine. Processed at one of 4 lumber mills across the state. And sold locally at a Ware Butler location near you. With delivery available statewide. Ware Butler Building Supply, Maine, from start to finish.
Molly.
Hey, John.
Your car's all set to go.
Good. Have a good one. Hey, John.
Hi, Molly.
Good. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Hey, Molly.
Hey, John. How are you?
Good.
Come on in.
We're your neighbor, your friend, your banker. Skowhegan Savings.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm here with Roger Felix. He is the Enrollment Services Manager of Job Corps here in Bangor, and Marie is an advanced baking student of the program. Thank you both for being with us today.
Well, thank you for having us.
Of course. Of course. Yeah. Can you explain what Job Corps is and what their mission is?
Job Corps is a residential training and educational facility. There's 2 of them in Maine, and we train 16 to 24-year-old young adults for growth and to obtain employment and to maintain employment after they get hired.
And that kind of is what your advanced program is in, right? You're maintaining and you're
Yes.
moving up and doing better, right? Can you explain what your advanced program is like?
For me, we pretty much get to go over more of like the nitty-gritty details of culinary. We branch off into baking, obviously, with the advanced baking. Like, the first thing we did in the class was we got to make eclairs, like, from scratch. It was great. It was fun.
I know, because there's all sorts of things you could specify when it comes to baking.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, are you going to start with baking bread? It's like, or we could do crepes, or eclairs. There's everything.
That
you could
was
do.
our little test run, and then the first thing that officially counted towards our learning program was learning breads.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm sure with baking bread, it's a learning experience every time you bake a bread.
You'd be surprised. It's pretty easy.
Well, anytime I bake a bread, it's different every time. So you'll have to show me next time. But Roger, I mean, what types of skills other than baking and culinary can people do?
Well, for our centers here in Maine, we have a multitude of trades, everything from the construction trades, carpentry, electrical, painting, masonry, and we also have other advanced training programs up north at our other facility in Loring for commercial driving. The commercial driving right now is in high demand.
High demand.
Healthcare here in Bangor. They teach CNA and CMA here in Bangor. And then they have an advanced pipe fitting program here in Bangor as well with our partnership with Bath Iron Works.
Cool.
And welding and the biggest thing is giving those employability soft skills as well, to where when people go out, they can maintain that job, and for the long haul, and a lot of leadership training as well. Taylor was one of our leaders at Loring, and she came down here, and I know she's expanding on her leadership here in Bangor as well, because it's inside her. She's contagious when it comes to that. In a positive way that people will want to follow her. So many different things. Plus, they can continue their education. If they haven't had their education, they can get their HiSET, their HSE, which is normally used to be the GED. Go on and get their high school diploma. And then even further than that, we have advanced training programs with both of the community colleges, Eastern Maine Community College and Northern Maine Community College, where they continue to be a Job Corps student and taking care of their room and board while they go to college as a normal student on an everyday setting. So it's basically a bridge to allow people to go from where they're at in growth and grow to take that next step, either in employment, more training, college, military, but get them more rounded and better prepared for their future.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
This Veterans Day, join Fox ABC Maine as we salute and honor our veterans. Are you an active, inactive, or retired member of the armed services? Do you know someone who is? Then upload your photos on foxbangor.com/Maine Heroes. We will randomly select as many veterans as possible to win a gift card. Locally sponsored by Cat Tracks, Chase's Family Restaurant and Hideaway Lounge, Leo & Sons Auto Repair, and The Farmer's Table.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Yeah. So how is it different than one of the community colleges, would you say?
Well, I think the structure and the support systems would be nothing negative about community colleges. I think the trades are in dire need right now, and the push needs to be for more people to go into the technical trades.
Absolutely.
But the biggest thing that we are a 24/7 facility, and we have counselors that are broken down by the trade clusters, and so we got a lot more one-on-one. We have residential advisors to work with students in the evenings, and because everything happens, people get homesick, people have struggles, but you have more people in that support system for you than in a normal college setting. So it's kind of like college point 1.0 before you prepare yourself to go to that next level.
Yeah. And you, Marie, you'd know firsthand. Do you live on site?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they dorm style? What's it like?
It is dorm style. You can end up with maybe 4 roommates, depends on the room you're in.
Yep. I know I had a friend stay on site, and she said it was more like a suite. She had more people in one room. Yep. Cool. So it is similar to a college experience, but is it different in the funding? Like, you have financial assistance, correct, oftentimes?
For the funding, the one thing that Job Corps is different than the community colleges is that we're absolutely free.
Yeah.
We pay for everything, room, board, food, everything is including basic medical needs, and so forth. So we're totally free, and really nothing's free. I mean, we're asking for the commitment, right? We want them to commit in themselves and to their peers to help grow as a community. Often I never call the centers, I call them communities, because that's basically what we strive for. We want to be a community. We want after she leaves and goes off and does great things, we want her to be able to come back and help mentor the next group of students.
Cool.
We never forget, we always following up with people.
Yeah, so it's a kind of microcosm of its own community, and it's really bettering the community as a whole in Bangor here, because these people will go on to serve much needed occupations around the area.
Or as we joke about, one day we won't retire and they can take over.
Right. That's smart. It's all forward thinking.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I already asked that. And what does a student need to be in order to be eligible, on that note of it being free?
16 and 24.
Yep.
No major legal violations, that sort of thing. Drug-free.
Yep.
And a willingness to want to change and commit themselves for growth. That's pretty much what it's all about, is them taking that step, and then we'll help them the rest of the way.
Wow. So you just got to apply.
Just got to apply.
Cool.
That's it.
Cool.
And it may not be for you. That's okay.
Yeah.
But at least check it out.
Right.
And a lot of times Job Corps are these little hidden gems in people's backyards that they don't know exist.
Yeah.
And it's a very good program. Our students are our success.
Yeah.
That's our biggest. If anybody wanted to say, well, how's Job Corps? What's it all about? I'd be like, ask the students, because they're the ones that make it happen.
I know, and when you say, what's it all about, there's so many things you've said right now that we could talk for about 40 minutes about. You said you partnered with Bath Iron Works, too? It's
yes,
that
both
is
centers
incredible.
have partners with Bath. We have multiple students that leave our facility and go on to work down there.
Yep.
One of our other major partners for truck driving is Warner Enterprises.
Yeah.
So we have students that come in that barely knew how to drive a car. Next thing you know, they're driving an 18-wheeler cross country.
Right. And we're in dire need of truck drivers right now.
Truck drivers.
In all forms.
Yes. Truck drivers, medical, and culinary.
Yeah.
I feed people.
Yes, that's always needed.
And everybody wants food.
Especially baked goods.
Yes.
Well, I mean, okay, well, what if a student has children? You guys said you don't have childcare on site, right?
We don't have childcare on site. However, we will accept single parents. We know people are struggling out there. If they have a good, solid care plan for their child, they can apply.
Yep.
Some of them, they could either be a resident or a commuter. Residents such as Taylor is living in the dorms.
Yep.
We don't expect people to leave their family behind if they're a local person, then live in the dorms. So we do have the ability for some students to be commuters, where they come in the morning and they go home in the afternoon.
Cool. And I have noticed, I mean, it is great for local people, but you guys bring people in from out of state too, right?
Yes,
Cool.
with the advantages of having the advanced training programs on our centers. Penobscot Job Corps having 2 advanced training programs, and up at Loring having 3, because we also have the IT fields up at Loring. Cybersecurity, which is big. You know,
that's a big deal.
We get students in from Washington State, California. Other Job Corps will come in for more advanced training and.
Many thanks to Job Corps and Marie for coming in the studio to discuss what they have to offer.
Boy, they have so much to offer, too. I've been watching Job Corps over the years, and they really do change lives one at a time over there.
I know. So. It's a really special thing, and they've been doing it for decades, so I hope decades more to come.
Yeah, they make good food, too. I got to judge a chili contest there once. The students cooked up. If you
I'm
like
jealous.
Chili, yeah, they know what they're doing.
That'll have to be the next time we have them on the show.
We'll be right back.
Senator Joe Baldacci, hardworking, independent, and effective. Joe has always been a champion for Maine seniors. Joe Baldacci sponsored and passed the legislation that generated more than $90 million to nursing homes in Bangor and across the state that have been hit hard by the pandemic. Joe Baldacci delivered on funding to protect health care and important services for thousands of Maine seniors. Joe Baldacci, hardworking, independent, and effective, delivering results for Bangor and Herman.
Napa knows how to stay warm, and with 29 locations in Maine, Coastal Auto Parts has just what you need to prepare for any outdoor activity. Lightweight, durable, and designed for comfort, Milwaukee's heat-on-demand jackets and hoodies are perfect for cold weather. And stay warm even longer with a free battery when you purchase any M12 heated gear with Milwaukee's e-rebate program. And while you're here, sign up for Napa Rewards. You'll save more each time you shop. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need tractors rated #1 in durability and owner experience so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for 48 months, plus save up to $1,100.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
Welcome back, Chief.
Dr. Murphy, you saved my life.
You're welcome.
I can do all the duties of chief surgeon.
You okay?
No.
The Good Doctor, new tonight on ABC.
One more look at that forecast can't hurt. Let's throw it over to Devin Biggs.
Thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. With locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Frost advisories are in effect this morning. This will last until about 9 a.m. or so. For the counties highlighted here in blue, of course, temperatures are pretty cool out there this morning. Not good for some of the vegetation that's still growing out there. But as we do move forward, though, not much clouds to start things off. But that's going to be changing. We do have some more rain showers off toward the west. So as you do move forward, though, we will have to watch out for a few rain showers that will be developing along this front throughout the daytime today. High pressure farther down toward the south. But this will be our game for today, as we'll be watching for a few rain showers that will be developing. Just a slight chance, so most of us should stay dry. Just those clouds that'll begin to move in. Wave heights overall not too bad at around 1 to 5 feet, according to some of the buoys out there. No advisories along our neck of the woods. Is everything looking pretty low at this point, though? We're average high is now 61 degrees. We'll be only in the lower 50s today, so just a little bit cooler, but warming up as the day marches on. Then even some lower 60s later on as we head into the weekend. So temperatures will be rebounding once we get past today. Alrighty, your fall foliage. Things looking pretty nice out there, though. We'll get a new update on this chart later on this week. But Millinock and Bangor seeing some good fall foliage. Ellsworth is progressing, and Greenville really at peak. So definitely get outside and enjoy that fall foliage before all the leaves begin to blow away. And we're just about at that peak time frame, though. About early to mid-October is when we usually see the leaves over in their peak category. So we're getting pretty close to that. Get outside and really enjoy the fall foliage. Future counts for today, though, increasing clouds, slight chance for a few rain rain showers. The clouds will be breaking up later on this afternoon. Into the evening time frame will be mostly clear later on tonight. Maybe some fog trying to develop in a few areas, though. Temperatures a little bit cool as well. But by tomorrow, not too bad out there with a lot of sunshine that will be coming out. So definitely get outside and definitely enjoy the nice weather. Today is also Indigenous Peoples Day, and there's a slight chance for a few rain showers today. Wind overall not too bad with temperatures that will be making it into the lower 50s. Moving ahead towards tonight, the lower 30s, mostly clear, areas of frost again with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Moving ahead towards tomorrow, lower 60s, mostly sunny. That west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scotts Recreation extended forecast sunshine Tuesday, highest in the low 60s. Middle 60s on Wednesday with a partly cloudy sky, more clouds for your Thursday. Then rain moves in by Friday, temperatures in the low 60s.
Fall is definitely here. A little chilly this morning when we came into work. I think it was around 33 degrees or something like that.
It was chilly. I needed the heater on the way here. We are in the thick of it.
Yeah, I'm not quite ready for it myself. Good time.
It's here,
for
Craig.
I know. I'm trying not to think about it too much, but good time to eat some comfort food. How do you like that segue? Moving into food now.
I know. I don't know what Howard has for us.
Boiled dinner or something, but Mr. Food is cooking up something.
Warm apple cider? Hey, something.
That sounds good.
Something seasonally appropriate, I hope.
Every day we get lots of questions from you on, how do I do this or how do I make that? And over the last few months, we've been getting more and more questions about lentils. It seems that these protein-packed legumes are catching on in a big way. And for those of you who aren't familiar with them, they look like dried peas and come in a variety of colors. The most popular ones are khaki in color and are referred to as lentils or brown lentils. There are also red and even green ones, and each variety has its own unique taste. When it comes to cooking them, we do it the same way we would cook pasta. We start with about 3 cups of water for every 1 cup of lentils. When they're tender, we drain them, and boy, are they ever versatile. Today, we're tossing freshly cooked lentils with maple roasted sweet potatoes and thinly sliced sauteed Brussels sprouts. What we end up with is a side dish that is autumn at its best. And if that weren't enough, I almost forgot to mention that this is tossed with balsamic vinegar and topped with roasted pumpkin seeds. To get the must-have recipe for our lentil and vegetable medley, simply visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a lentilicious way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
I'd say seasonally appropriate.
Yeah, bring it on.
Yeah.
It's a nice pea soup on a cold day or something.
Right, right. That sounds
yeah.
good. Well, some Hulu subscribers will now pay more for their plans. The streaming service is hiking up prices today. Subscribers will now pay $7.99 a month for the ad-supported tier. That's $1 increase. The ad-free plan will now cost $14.99 a month instead of $12.99. The prices for Hulu's bundled plans with Disney Plus and ESPN Plus will stay the same for now, but an increase is expected later this year. The live TV bundle will also dodge the price increase.
Everything's changing a little bit. There's so many of them out there, it's kind of hard to keep track of them.
I know. I have Hulu. I benefit, though, from my student discount. It's the only reason I'm still in school.
Yeah. That's it, huh? Hey, thanks for joining us, folks. Hope you have a great day.
Good Morning America is next on ABC 7.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Visit VarneyFord.com today.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, watch out.
Watch out.